start recording. And we're going to get cracking. Got a few more people. Awesome. How's everyone doing today? Hope everyone is doing good. Day, night, wherever you are. I wanted to do a bit of a market recap because I think it's at a good level now. As we always do on this kind of lives, I like to start with the dollar, and I'm sure you can see here I'm on a monthly time frame because I still think we've got a little bit of upside for the dollar. I'm wanting this candle. We talked about it last week. I want that candle to be mitigated, and I reckon that we're starting to see some signs of weakness, which is no surprise with the election just around the corner. The black line I've got marked up here, that's election. So I reckon we'll probably get some sort of move, some sort of push, and a big drop down. If obviously Trump wins, which I'm apolitical, so I don't really care. But I just look at charts and I go from there. So I know they say we've been chatting a bit about the USDT dominance. We can see here it's starting to break down. So I reckon that that's a bearish flag just there, about to break. So that was the first, obviously, the pole of the flag. And we're probably looking at a move similar to that, which likely tells us crypto is about to go for a run, which makes sense. When we look at the dollar, that also looks like it's about to drop. So all these things come into alignment. What we got a dollar that's about to drop. We've got a stables USDT dominance, which is about to drop, which means the money is going to rotate into other assets, being likely Bitcoin and all other cryptos that we love. So a little list to go through today. Let's see what I got. I've put in a couple of different plays that I've been looking at. So I might just wait until Greeny's back because I wanted to get his opinion on a meme that
Back, mate, I'm back.
You're back. Yep, awesome. Do you know anything about Optimus?
No, so talk to me about this.
Yeah, so this meme has been called out by Eric Cryptoman's a little while back.
Oh, that's,
He called it back.
yeah.
I think it was about 10 cents somewhere here, and he ran all the way to 60. The meme itself revolves around Optimus from Tesla, from Elon Musk, so the bots. And you can see this huge spike up. This is when the other week he released the bots into the wild.
Love it.
So they've been active for a while. You can see, so it's been going for quite some time. They've had the ups and downs, but they've actually done some cool activations. Like I think that at some stage they sent something in space. So yeah, probably just a meme to keep an eye on. I reckon it's on ETH, so it's not a Sol. But if Elon and Optimus takes over again, I reckon this is possibly something that we should put on the radar because it's now set.
Could be a sender, yeah.
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 So little something there to keep an eye on.
Sure.
BTC, where are we at? So I've got I'll start with the ETH. I've got a long. Obviously, we caught the short down, which was awesome. Reason why I've called that long is I'm seeing this obviously trend line. We like the trend line to be taken out, but this candle specifically it's got my attention. So it's a 4-hour candle. When I see this kind of manipulation here, I usually tend to pay attention. That's something that I like to see mitigated. So I'm expecting some sort of movement here, potentially down to then go up. So this is not a buy move per se forever for me. It's a buy to sell potentially, but it all depends on how quickly the dollar moves and how obviously the elections goes and all that. So it's a macro scenario that we're looking at. But for now, I'm still in ETH. I've got my stop loss there. It's always important, guys. We're looking at a 1 to 3.5. So if you're risking 1%, you shouldn't really be too upset if it gets you stopped out. 1% of a trade. I'm usually in 2 to 3 trades max at once because I don't want to risk more than 3% of my capital at once. But if we do get 1 to 3% capital gains in just the one trade. That's awesome. So I'm in a long currently for ETH, but Bitcoin, slightly different structure. I'm actually looking at a short. I didn't take it because I want to see a bit more confirmation. But I did have this 4-hour candle here highlighted, and you can see it just came in right in, and now it's starting to reject from that level. I want to see if we can push down and break this kind of structure to then just maybe catch this sale from here. But we'll see what the market wants to do. The other option that I can see potentially playing out for Bitcoin is obviously if this is just a retracement, a small retracement, like if we're on a 4 hour, so if you take from the low to the high, we just passed the 3-year 2. We didn't even get to the 50%, which I think it's a bit too shallow of a retracement for now. I reckon we'll go a little bit lower, so potentially something like this, and then we go up. But we're not going to predict it. What's that?
To add to your point, Aussie, I am looking to long those fib retracement levels.
Yeah, which would make perfect sense because, as you can see here on the chart, I've got that this vertical line here, that selection. We're playing with time, obviously, now. So once that happens, given the polls, given how everything is shaping up for now, not that those things are ever reliable in the in the US, but it looks like one party might win, and they might be the ones a bit more crypto friendly. So I'm not surprised. I actually, Granny, to your point as well, I've got this 4-hour candle, 4-hour candle here. These are my long levels, so here and here.
What's that? Just below 63?
It's 60.29 to 62 and 61.1 to 59. To be honest, I doubt that we'll get here.
I kind of agree. Hey, like the strength is there on the higher time frames with the momentum. And I think 59 is a great stop loss with low leverage for a trade like this.
That's right. Yeah, like the upside. I mean, we are now into. I'm on a 3-day time frame here, just using the pitchforks just to see kind of support and resistance levels. You can see like support, we definitely departed from that level. We're now trading into this channel of resistance, which goes way back, and we actually broke through it. So probably this will be the new kind of support level, I reckon. So we stay within that, in this kind of vicinity, I reckon, and then we'll probably, shoot up. There's a big fair value gap or imbalance here between the 64 and the 63.3 that I like to see filled. That was on the daily, but on the 4-hour, this is probably what I'm looking at. Like, this has got my attention. I like to see this kind of liquidity taken out.
What type? That's mid 60.
Yeah, 64 to 65.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, once I see that taken out, I'll basically have my antennas ready for buys at any time, really. As soon as I scale down into 1 hour and 15 minutes even, and maybe not 15 minutes, but 4 hours, 1 hour, I see some break of structure to the upside, I'll be taking long positions from there. And I'm not, like what you say, I'm not against, trying to long from here. If we go a little bit lower, so be it. We'll be stopped out once or twice, but ultimately, I think this is a good reversal point in this vicinity. So currently looking at it for anyone that wants to take it. That's why I didn't call out. Potentially a short. This could be a bit of a scalp for Bitcoin, but I'd rather look for longs, which is why I'm in ETH at the moment. So stick to crypto. Another pair that I think is a really good position at the moment in terms of level is Quant. Quant doesn't really like to stay still for too long. You can see every time it's gone under $1, usually tends to spike up. So it's been under for quite a bit now. Huge harmonic playing out on higher time frames. So this is on a daily. Crab harmonic played out to a T. We're starting to see some signs of strength. So this is kind of the structure that I like. So obviously we made lower low, then we kind of pushed a little bit lower, and then we started making high, and now we are at probably my favorite level, which is the 76 on the daily. You can see that from the low to the high. We just missed it by a smidge, which to me tells me this thing is ready potentially to send again. So I'll be looking at taking a quant long shortly, anytime soon. I'll scale down a little bit later on today, on maybe 1 hour. Start to see if there's any signs of strength. Yeah, 1 hour looks like it might push up a little. There's a little volume that starts to come up.
You've got 4-hour bullish divergence.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah.
Let's
have a look.
Just.
Yeah.
At least on Blowfin you do.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, because on the 1 hour as well, I'm seeing some. I want to see this kind of volume. As soon as the volume starts to kick in a bit, I'll be keeping an eye. But this is looking good. Well, here is that. No, it's yeah. Look, something to keep an eye on. We'll keep an eye on. I'll call it out as soon as I see some strength and some breaker structures on the lower time frame. But this is probably something that I'll do for portfolio too. I don't have any quant, and I don't know if you know the project, guys. It's one of the ISO 220. So Swift integrated banking coin, something to obviously keep an eye on. I think last week I briefly touched on XRP making some moves, and this week we've actually had some pretty big news on XRPs in terms of what they're doing. So I reckon that anything that's got to do with cross-border payments, we can definitely put on our radar. Another thing that I want to touch base on is Ondo, but Ondo versus BTC specifically. Obviously, we all know Ondo is a leader in real-world asset RWAs, but this chart got me excited. I love my BTC comparison coins. It's just something that I like to play, and I only play with it with established projects. Ondo is definitely one of them now, because obviously being the leader, partner with BlackRock and all that. So this is on a daily. Look at that, eh? Look at that. So we've got obviously the last low, and then we start making higher highs and higher lows. So currently sitting at this is the candle that I'm eyeing for an entry, which obviously I'm waiting for 80% of that candle. So roughly somewhere here, that will be my entry, and I'll probably swap a fair chunk of BTC into Ondo, and I'll just let it run for a bit, because this could give us at a minimum a 35% increase, potentially even if you go to these highs, there's a 60% increase on our BTC just doing nothing. So this kind of charts doesn't mean that BTC needs to go up 60%. It's just one coin versus the other. But if we swap, say, one Ondo for one BTC here, by now we will have 1.58 BTC, which is kind of obviously very cool. Cardano, it's approaching the level. I know there's someone yesterday in the chat was asking, is it active? And it wasn't active last night, but it's playing out exactly like we say we would. We will want to see, that is. So big trend line here, obviously. We don't play off the trend lines. We want to see them taken out, because this is where retail plays off, and that's dumb money. We want to play with smart money. Smart money tells me all we do is basically take a fib from here to here. We look at an 80% level, which is about here. I don't know if we're going to get that low, but I'm definitely eyeing this last candle before the big move up. So that's to me what's called an institutional candle. You'll see me talking about it in the charts. You'll see me talking about it on streams. What's an institutional candle? It's a candle that basically has got a fair bit of body. So it's not a doji. It's not one of those like this. I don't like those candles, even though they tell a story. But this is the kind of candle, bit of body and wicks in both direction, and it's a candle that takes out liquidity. You can see that was the liquidity previous. In this case, it takes it out, and then after that, there's a big move in the opposite direction. So that is the kind of candles that smart money leaves behind or prints, and that's the kind of candles that the market likes to come back to mitigate and close any potential order that is still pending. So chances are there's orders that are still here pending, and obviously smart money likes to come back, close those orders, fill them, and then move where the market was meant to move in the original direction. So I'll be playing at 0.325 for Cardano, and I'll be placing a stop loss, not quite at the lows. We could, but I don't think we're going to get that low. I will reassess. If it does stop us out, I'll probably do another play somewhere a little bit lower, but I'll just do a little bit of a tighter stop loss just to give us a better risk to reward. And we can look at potentially a 1 to 7, almost 1 to 8, 1 to 7.5. So taking profits along the way, high, and I'm not usually with my last one. I don't go to all the way to the last high, but I like to see imbalances filled. So that's a big imbalance that I'll be looking at. Do my final take profit. Any questions so far, guys? I'm just talking.
I love it, bro. Keep going. I love this. I'm literally looking at Cardano right now as well for an entry.
Awesome. And something else that similar to Cardano, I am going to look for an entry, but unlike Cardano, I'll actually be looking for portfolio. I'm not really looking for any portfolio for Cardano, but for ICP, I've got a little bag of ICP. I'll be looking at consolidating a bit more. Obviously, AI coins, we know the story with NVIDIA stock just going through the roof with anything AI. Now we're fully into the season of AI memes as well. So ICP that I know of, they're pretty much the only company that have a working product with AI. So they actually have they released a few months ago now. They're working AI, which is pretty cool. I'll be looking to play off this candle. Now that you understand how I play, so you can probably see why. So obviously that was the liquidity that has taken out. So that was there. Taking out liquidity, has been slightly mitigated here already. You can see we came into it, tapped it a couple of times, left behind some equal lows. I like to look at potentially go back. If we scale down on the 4 hours, that's where I'll be looking at entering from this candle here. So this is a nice clean candle for me. Take out these lows, take them out. We probably could see something a little bit playing out like this. I've already drawn it on the charts before this stream, but it's basically a bit of zigzag, and then I'll be looking at potentially entering around the $7.70, $7.73, between $7.73 and 7.6. Again, pretty tight with the stop loss. Potentially you can see this low. I usually tend to not do the stop loss below the first low. I tend to go a little bit further to the left because I've noticed in back testing that's often where the market likes to play as. So not there, but probably stop loss under that low, just there. ICP, good option there. We talked about Optimus, of course, which is a meme. I'm not the meme expert by any means, so I just wanted to bring it to the attention. We're at a good level now. We're in the 786, 886, so, and you can see it's been consolidating here for a little while after this huge run up. That was massive. So something to look out for. Let's move on to stocks. Last couple of weeks, I think it was, we called out WA. It was before the earnings, and we had a very big run up, which is awesome. That was what was it? Let's have a look. It was a fair bit. We called it out here. It was 26% on a stock. If you didn't take a position, no stress. There is still time. Personally, I'll be looking at taking another position and going heavier. We left behind this big gap. We have come back now to refill it, and I'll be looking at entering a position. I did a breakdown on our Discord in the Aussie Alpha how it works, but basically option strat, that's the website that kind of you can see how much it costs to to take an option. And while I do this, I'm doing it live with you guys, but understand that building an option and buying stocks are different things. Obviously, when you buy stock, you buy and you hold, and you own the stock. Whereas with options, what you're actually doing, you are effectively bidding that the time and the price. You're trying to basically guess the time and the price. So it's not just the price; it's actually. Why is it not letting me do it? Look, debit spreads, basic. We'll put. Where is it? Let me just quickly check something here because I've got them here somewhere. Where's my options chart? Long call option. Give me a sec, guys. Sorry. Yeah. Long call. Can't see it. I think I might have to log in. You can create an account, it's free, but basically, I'll just bring it here. You know, you can't see my Discord. If you head into my channel on Aussie Alpha, you can see. I'm going to do a strike price of $10, which is basically me saying to the option, look, I want to buy at 10, even though right now we are 9.32. I want to buy at 10, which is called out of the money. That's going to be a little bit more expensive, but it's basically going to give me the peace of mind that. Sorry, it's going to be a little bit cheaper. Not more. If you're in the money, it's more expensive. If you're out of the money, it's more. It's cheaper. So it's going to be a little bit cheaper, but it's going to give me a bit of a breather that this thing is going to go up. And then by the time we get to this huge, you can see huge imbalance left behind, which in stock more often than not get filled. That will be an easy 5x. So I'll be taking an option until January 2025. These kind of plays are basically set and forget. You just keep an eye on it, just make sure that it doesn't go below your entry point, and off you go. And the last thing I wanted to chat through, I think for today, was the Forex call that I did. Can you guys still hear me? I can't. I don't know if my Discord.
Yeah, mate, we've got you.
Oh, because my Discord's got black. So I can't actually see if I'm streaming it, if I'm sharing or not.
No, you're all good. We've got your screen. We can hear everything.
Perfect. Yeah, I hate this thing, eh? I can't see what I'm sharing. Anyway, so we shared New Zealand JPY. So New Zealand against the yen. Yen is getting destroyed at the moment, which they've got to do with the interest rates and whatnot. They've been battling for a bit. But yeah, basically what we're looking at, it's the same kind of structure that we always play. So huge, this is on a daily, just to give you an idea, huge move down. We're looking at the retracement. I think we can potentially form a bit of an harmonic pattern here, and that will be a very weak bat pattern because we didn't quite get down to the 50. Oh yeah, actually no, we did. There you go, 50%. So that's a bat potentially happening. So I'll be looking at potentially shorting somewhere in this vicinity, but we could go up higher as well. But long story short, where are we at now? That's in the future. Where are we at now? Right now we have obviously what looks to me like a nice flag. So this is the pole, liquidity. We broke through, and now we're looking for the push up. So that's happening now. We called it when this was just forming, so we were still within the flag. Obviously now we broke through, and I'll be looking at this 4-hour candle to be mitigated just here. That was horrible. Let's do it again. This 4-hour candle here to be mitigated, which is just around the corner. It's going to be mitigated in probably the next 4 to 8 hours, I reckon. And yeah, that will be our entry. You can also see in the market structure, which is what I do mostly. I don't do indicators. I just trade structure and just look at how the market is looking at the shape of the market. So you can see in a 4-hour, we've got this really long accumulation, right? Like when you see the market just basically ping-ponging into this kind of range, that tells you one or two things. So it's either shaping up to go up or it's either shaping up to go down. It's basically just creating liquidity up above and below, and it's going to take it either way. And because we're already taking so much liquidity on the downside, it only kind of makes sense that we go back up. And I know that we didn't quite retrace. We only retraced about 382, but to me this looks like a pretty strong move shaping up. So I'm happy to risk a 1% again and be proven wrong if need to be. But failing that, we could potentially, because we always have to be ready for what's the other scenario, could potentially see this scenario playing out. So taking liquidity out, test, down, and then up. So if that happens, this is what I'll be looking at in NZJPY, and I'll be probably take a position somewhere. Yeah, 786, probably somewhere in this candle here, which on the 4 hour, what does it have? Let's have a look. And in Juicy, yeah, not really, to be honest. Everything has been pretty, yeah, there's a few little fair value gaps left behind. Maybe this candle, this one, didn't really, took some liquidity, potentially. There's another one to look out for. But that's if our long gets stopped out. So we'll reassess as we go down. But for now, this is kind of what I'm looking at in New Zealand JPY. That's the only trade that I'll be doing for this week in Forex, and that is me for this week. So I'll open the floor up for questions, or if you want to have a look at any charts, happy to go through, team.
Thanks, Legend. I've got to bounce, so appreciate your time. Loved it.
Easy peasy. Thanks for joining in, brother.
It's good to finally make one, mate.
I know. Thanks. Huge shout out to Say for fixing this Discord thing. It was horrible.
Easy, bring. Talk to you soon. See ya.
Thank you. What about you guys? Have you got any questions? Do you want to look at any charts? Otherwise, I'll just keep looking. I was just doing my rounds through crypto. No. Tell you what, I'll run through a couple more just to finish off the stream, and this is recorded anyway, so we get a couple of bonuses. We were talking about stocks earlier because that's something that I also trade, and obviously we are in the crypto space. So one of the things that I started to look at is stocks that partner up with NVIDIA. Obviously, we all know what NVIDIA is and how big that is. And there's a couple of stocks that have joined there's called an accelerator program. Basically, they have this kind of projects that they onboard and they become partners. One of them is AI Oz Network, which is a network. Basically, I've got it here. It's accent down. It's next. Development roadmap. So you can see it's powered by people. It's all nodes, centralized. It's all AI based, and it's got to do with storage. You can stream videos and falls under the DPN category. And this thing is interesting. That's for sure. You look at the market cap. I was looking at market cap previously, and this thing has run up to. It's currently sitting at 500 million, but if you look onto the max, just in March this year, this thing was 1.1 billion. So we're about half the value right now, and I don't like the fact that it doesn't have a max supply. It's something that in the tokenomics, I like to always see a max supply, but depends how they treat it. Total supply is very close to the circulating supplies, which is so the circulating supplies is very close to the total supply, which is good at least. So that's good. But yeah, big project. Partner with NVIDIA at currently at a 50% 618 retracement, and you can see this was at a all-time high over $1.10 almost $1.08, and it's 40 cents. So not against looking for entries here, to be honest. Just to small little entry bidding probably somewhere in the 40 cents, and just targeting a 2x minimum. That'll be a nice little play. There is a chance that we take these lows out, obviously, and we go and fill this candle or this order block right here. But I mean, if that's the case, you're looking at 30 cents to 16 cents. I haven't called it out yet because I want to do a bit more research. I want to see what the ICO price of this token was. So ICO was basically the token that early investors got in. I'm assuming it will be somewhere here in the pennies, but you never know. So I want to dive deep a bit into this. And the other one is Axon DAO. This is a different category, so it's not deep in. Falls under the DeSci, so decentralized science, which for those of you that were here on my stream a couple of weeks back, we talked about the project by Brian Armstrong. So and that's also DeSci, pretty big project. So DeSci basically is projects that facilitate search, science, and all these things. And you can see here, so they're prime member of the NVIDIA accelerator. So something pretty bullish to see. There's not a lot of project in crypto that can say they partner with NVIDIA. And yeah, something again to look at when it comes to the chart. So we're looking at a pretty bullish chart to me. I mean, that's a huge flag. We've already taken the lows. So yeah, not against taking a position here very soon and targeting 75% to 100%, so 2x for this. A couple of extra ones there. These are not something that you should go and buy 1 ETH worth or or anything like that. These are small little plays, but yeah, I mean, if you can chuck a 50, 100, whatever on something and it doubles, well, great. Rotate the profits back into the usuals, and yeah, these are the projects that we like to see. And if you weren't here a couple of weeks ago, this is the other DeSci project that we were talking about, which is Research Coin. This is a project founded by Brian Armstrong, so the owner and founder of Coinbase. He is behind this coin, so you can see it's at a silly level currently as well. So a couple of DeSci, decentralized science, and a DeepIn/AI that partner up with NVIDIA. So little bonus there at the end. With all that out of the way, if there's no questions, I'm going to. You can still not see the charts. That's weird. Can you see the charts? Or are you seeing a different tab? If I change, I wonder. Anyway, thanks, team. I'm happy to answer any questions if you've got any later on in the chats. But for now, have a great day, night, wherever you are, and talk to you soon.